Hello and welcome back to Danganronpalapse with Altroy Galcorn, where in the last episode we unexpectedly got the bad ending, probably because Canon is there stabbing us, or probably it could be both, either it was Lyle or, no, not Lyle, but the other groups getting weapons and they decided to come down and stab us or something like that. And yeah, that was quite unfortunate. So we are about to come back into this decision, the place where I did save earlier, just to see if the experience is going to be different or not. Anyway, if you do like this kind of content, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you will not miss out on anything that I put on this channel. Everything is free, you don't need to pay, and by subscribing you make this channel grow and flourish even more, which makes me happy so I can create more content for you to watch. So finally, let's move on. Let's talk to Missy and Forte, and we are going to join them in our investigation. Yep, let's go. I'll go with Missy and Forte. It was decided. I joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Say joined Lyle and Canon near the foyer doors. Then there's that. We'll reach investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. That alright with you, Lyle? Yes, ma'am. Lyle had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Canon silently matched his pace and Say scurried to catch up. As the tree faded out of sight, I immediately began to feel uneasy. Is this okay? Splitting up? Come now, Echo. A choice has been made. The general consensus was that we were to split up evenly if we wanted to comb the building in a timely manner. Yeah, sorry. I'm just a little worried. I could not shake the remnant hostility between Lyle and Canon's argument this morning. There was a crackle of static before Zero started speaking again. So you all decided to split up, huh? That's alright, no sweat off my back, figurative speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Anyway, I have a very special big motive for you all later, but for now, how about some fun little gifts? Not for everyone, mind you. This will be for Canon and Missy respectively at the nearest kiosk. Grab it if you want, or leave it for someone else to stumble upon. I don't care. At this point, whatever you do is meaningless anyway. Huh? I wasn't sure if it was just me, but it felt like Zero's energy was different. I'll take back with you folks later. Enjoy your investigation. The announcement ended. Missy went over to the foyer kiosk as directed. Similar to a victim report, the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. What is it? Don't feel any pressure to share if it's unpleasant. To be frank, I'm only expecting unpleasant. Missy tore the small sheet from the print feed and flipped it around. As if being beholden to her vexing gift wasn't enough, I have this to remind me of the game's treachery. Oh, what's that? Who's that target? She showed us the front face of a sheet, a photograph of Darling, drenched in blood. Who's Darling? Is it one of the ultimate students that we are supposed to participate but got finished off by Cyrus before the killing game started? That will be my take. A mocking picture of her death. Missy spat the words as Forte and I took a quick look before turning our gaze away from the horrific sight. It is truly despicable. Missy stared at it a little longer before stowing the picture within her inner coat pocket. We really must get to the bottom of this treachery. I'm revolted by how condescendingly this game treats lives. Missy turned down the living quarters hall towards Cyrus's room. I guess the room is now open for at least. Did we manage to grab Cyrus' bracelet before he passed away, or at least we could not touch his body anymore? It didn't occur to me until we arrived at his door that we don't have a way in, do we? What do you mean? Isn't the door locked? Desperate times call for desperate measure, don't you think? Missy withdrew Darling's dagger and swiftly struck the doorknob off. I don't exactly have Cyrus's ID bracelet now, do I? I guess not. Missy inspected the bore hole previously occupied by a doorknob and inserted the dagger, pulling the latch away from the jab until the door clicked open. And there we are. Do you think this will be against the rules? It wasn't explicitly stated. However, if it were, I'll deal with the fallout in the courtroom. Missy was persistent. She opened the door and marched straight in. Terrible sorry for the intrusion. Forte stepped in and I trailed along behind him. Cyrus's room had little defining feature in it, similar to mine. Forte's and Ashley's is in design. The only thing setting it apart was a set of manila file folders on the bedside table. Aha! It was only a hunch, but it seems I was right in presuming Cyrus had information about us. Missy fanned the folders across the bed and began her search. Here, grab a folder and see if you can find anything interesting about our situation. Forte helped himself into a folder and glanced at the first few pages before seating himself in a spare chair. Are we looking for anything specific? Anything at all, honestly. The more we know, the better. I picked up a folder at the bottom of the pile, sat cross-legged on the floor and opened the file. Ooh, confidential information. I found floor plans for the building. There were some general blueprint diagrams, nothing I could really make sense of, not that they looked much different from the maps displayed on the kiosk. The only thing to note was a sheet that was stained with blood in the corner. Among the blueprints was a small booklet. The title read, Floor Plans Game L. On inside page, 5 floors were listed in the index. Wait, 5 floors? From the top, we have... Oh, okay. So, I don't take quite a good picture here. I don't quite take a good look at here. So, atrium, this must be the second floor. The garage there, that's the third floor. Purpose hall, that's the place where we explored earlier, that's the basement. So I guess kitchen, foyer, study, I guess this is supposed to be the first floor. Let me take a look. Elevator, theater, living quarters. So yeah, this is the ground floor, I suppose. The first floor even. The first floor, this one is the second floor, this one is the third floor, and this one is the basement, and this one is probably the trial ground for the class trial. Superstructure, trial grounds, infirmary, living quarters. Wait, why is it 0 and suddenly it turned to 7? That's weird. We only have 5 floors. How could we jump from the basement into the... No. Oh. Wait. 7. Is this supposed to be the 8th floor or something? But there were only 5 floors mentioned earlier. So yeah, living quarters, casino, smoke lounge, garage, art gallery. 8. Activities, spa lounge, climb center, jazz club. Living quarters, dining hall, study, theater. Are we supposed to be on the 8th floor or something? I mean, we all thought that the casino, smoke lounge, all of these floors are the 3rd floor, but apparently it is the 7th floor. This is apparently the 2nd floor, but it's labeled as the 8th floor. 9 living quarters. Is the building actually, grown? How should I say it? The building level, the way they level it is basically downwards. I've actually spent some time in buildings that have some sort of configuration where the ground floor is actually, it is the ground floor, but the first floor is actually the basement, and then it just goes down second, third floor. It just go down, and I forgot what building it was. It was a hotel somewhere in one of the cities in my country. Oh, this one's being redacted as well. Oh yeah. The last floor listed had two sections. One was the trophy room and the other was redacted. So Lyle, Cannon, and Say are probably visiting the trophy room on the floor below us. I started through the booklet and found basic information we had already known. All floors have kiosks to communicate, bracelets are used for identification, active hours are from... Nothing new yet. I flipped to the back, looking for the details about the 5th floor. Oh, it's been torn out. However, when I arrived towards the final page, I noticed they were torn out. Whatever remained of the remains stuck out from the binding in a messy tear. I grumbled. Of course, the details of the floor beneath us are conveniently gone. I stared at the back panel and noticed something odd. There seemed to be an imprint of writing pressed into the back panel. It was barely visible, but in the right light, I could just make it out. Oh yeah, it did. It says 251110. Is this supposed to be the code for the redacted room that we explored earlier in the previous episode when we get the bad ending? 251110. Maybe Cyrus himself wrote the numbers on the last page with a certain amount of pressure, resulting in an almost invisible imprint. These numbers might have been important, seeing as the pages before it were torn out, or they could have been mistaken, and that's why the pages were removed. Have you two anything pertinent to share? I snapped out of my concentration. Oh yeah, I found floor plans that show a floor below ours. From the looks of it, Lyle, Cannon, and Say went down to the trophy room. A trophy room? That doesn't sound too promising. Well, there seems to be another room, but it was crossed out, so I can't figure what else is down there. Also, take a look at this. There are some numbers just barely visible here. I showed Missy the impression of numbers on the back panel. What do you suppose these 6 digits could mean? Oh, that's not supposed to be... Yeah, Echo's voice. What do you suppose these 6 digits could mean? A code, perhaps? But I don't recall encountering any sort of code locked door in our immediate vicinity. Then it's likely the code is meant to be used in the area where the 3 of them went. Right, let's say. Let's finish our investigation before we visit them. When we rejoin them, we'll see what discoveries they have. When we join them, we'll see what discoveries. When we join them, we'll see what discoveries they have to report and whether or not the code will be of use after all. I nodded and made a point to memorize the numbers before setting the booklet aside. Forte, did you find anything of note? I'm gonna have to take a look at the number again. Yeah, 25110. I came across our class's dossier, namely student profiles about each of us. Student profiles? Did you find anything about me? I was still wondering why exactly I was involved in this game since I didn't explicitly have a given ultimate talent. Well, I've exhausted the files on hand and I didn't see your name anywhere. Oh, I see. I'm terribly sorry. I understand it's been bothersome to be here and as an unexplained outlier. It's not your fault, Forte. I guess it's coincidence. Although I did come across something useful. These students' profiles have an immense amount of background details, important figures, significant others, fears, other miscellany. But other than Cyrus, no one present has any background involvement with the game. So all of us present are just victims of coincidence? It seems statistically improbable given our rare talent expertise. Yes and no. Yes and no. How shall I explain it? To start, as we are aware, the minimum requirement to come here was to be an ultimate student that received a letter of recognition from the Preservation Project. Should they have accepted the offer for protection, there is a period of time between sending the letter back and, I suppose, being whisked away to this secret location. It seems in that period of time, there was a sorting method to creating the class. Classes were to be composed of pairs of ultimate students. These pairs of ultimate students would have to be two people who were significantly involved in one way or another. For example, of the folks we did see from day one, Art and Lyle were apparently considered to be close enough for pairing off, though it appears this roster would have included a few other students that would have formed pairs but aren't present. But one can only assume Cyrus himself crossed out the students that are absent. However, there are two students that aren't crossed out, which may require further inspection, and well, it would be best if you saw for yourself. Forte revealed a roster with students' names and talents. Oh, equals that's zero there. Cyrus and wow, that's four of them are being censored and one of them are being cut. Wait, Pandora, there's two Pandoras there. Wait, I try to take a look. There's two Pandoras there. I think, whoa, so Pandora is supposed to be twins then. That's a new information. And I think this is supposed to be, what's the name? Sylvain? No, not Sylvain, that's from Fire Emblem. Yeah, this is supposed to be Ashley's partner. But yeah, we don't have it. We don't have him. Sorry, Echo is not in here. Whoa. There were 15 profiles shown on the roster. One next to Cyrus was clipped out, and 5 were crossed out with dark ink, bringing the total of student profiles visible to us to 11. However, I wasn't on the roster, so it should have brought the number down to 9 since I was excluded. Yeah, oh, that's Esper, and so the Pandora's one was on the right side, and this other Esper, I don't know how to pronounce it, I still have no idea. That's apparently the ultimate cartographer. And for those of you who have no idea what cartographer is someone who makes maps. Yeah, so I guess Pandora there are two Pandoras, and I guess they are twins of some sort. Anyway, okay. Peculiar, as you noted, there are 2 extra students we still have yet to encounter. Yes, they are listed as being in association with Sei and Pandora from the looks of it. Does that mean they're also ultimate students? That is indeed the case. They are listed as ultimate radio host and ultimate cartographer, Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Espre, respectively. Gaia Esper? Gaia, sorry, that's the wrong voice. Gaia Espre? Let's have a closer look at these 2 students. Missy hastily moved aside the folders strewn across the bed and placed the student profiles for Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Esper. Oh. Yeah, Akihiko Quartz looked like Zero. His clothing and hair were different colors, but his actual features were the same. And Gaia Espre looked awfully similar to Pandora. Even more damning were their school symbols depicted along with their profile pictures. Oh yeah, this badge right here. I guess, what's Zero's badge though? I guess from his neck, or this weird 2 diamonds in here? I have no idea. Well, one thing is for certain. It's clear to us now that Zero's true identity is Akihiko Quartz. And we can conclusively put a face to the second mysterious announcer named Eve. It seems Pandora must have known more than she was letting on, seeing as the true identity of Eve appears to be her very own sibling. That said, seeing as the students' associations have been revealed, it could only mean Sei, knowing Akihiko, has some sort of further involvement with this game. There's no doubt, Sei must be the ball we are seeking. Oh, my head was spinning. Oh, this one's gonna be something really bad right now. I guess someone is going to die after we discover this information. My head was spinning. Were we being fooled from the start? Two people on the inside were connected to the two entities administering this game. Shouldn't we confront Sei now that we know she might be up to something? Doing so could be proof dangerous. I would like to watch her movement to see what she's thinking, and as far as she's aware, she doesn't know we're into her. It's difficult to determine what is going on in her mind. She speaks so little. Then, I think we should check out Pandora's room. She might have something hidden in there since she's a part of this. Excellent idea. I'd still like to look over the rest of my files if you don't mind. I'll go with you, Echo. I'm curious to know what Art's notable gift was if you would like to make a detour. I nodded and approached the exit. This is a terrible idea. Missy, you should have come with us. We should just stick together, and yeah, we don't care about what in the world that you're looking on, but we need to stick together. Oh, just a minute. Oh, the dagger. Missy gave the dagger to Forte. You can use the dagger to knock the doorknob off like I did earlier. On second thought, I don't know if I want to leave you alone like this. I'll be fine. I still have the gun on my person. I don't want to resort to firing it, but seeing as our situation is becoming more contentious, it may not be my choice. So, is the bullet somehow restored back to 6 bullets? I mean, Cyrus has fired 4 of them, and Ashley shot the 5th bullet, which eventually shot through Cyrus's heart, and that's what eventually kills him, and there's only 1 bullet left in you. So yeah, good luck. I hope you have a really good eyesight for that one. I felt a shiver go up my spine. Missy was taking the situation much more seriously with a chillingly unfeeling demeanor. Understood. We'll make haste in our investigation and return promptly. Right, here we go. Into, I guess, Pandora's room first, or maybe Art's room first. Forte and I step out of Cyrus' room and walk into the opposite hall of Art's room. There, Forte struck the doorknob, pulled back the latch, and opened the door. Oh, it's just a golf club. The only thing in Art's room was a worn-looking golf bag. The leather bag was embroidered with the Campo Piano name. Oh, this must have belonged to his grandfather. Art must have been reminded of his pastime, golfing with him. It must have been distressing to see this upon waking, to say the least. Forte let out a heavy sigh. It's unfortunate, but it explained his reaction to Pandora's question. Now knowing she might be involved, do you think she goaded him on? That would be quite masochistic, wouldn't it? And to what benefit, after all? She fell by his hand. That's true. Forte paused. Do you believe the flap of a butterfly's wings could cause a hurricane? Huh? A little thing like a butterfly creating a disaster sounds improbable. It's a theory. Minute occurrences within similar initial starting conditions can lead to drastically different outcomes. This situation could very well be one of those drastic outcomes. Are you suspecting Pandora set this entire scenario by purposefully inciting the first murder? Who can say that was her intention? Besides, her interactions were never of ill will, were they? She was kind to everyone, so who's to say perhaps the flap of this butterfly's wings cause the storm that will eventually give way to the shining rainbow that will grace our skies. That's a pretty optimistic outlook. Looking forward to the eventual repose from the nightmare is all we have, isn't it? Eventual repose. I could only hope something like that will free us from the trappings of this storm. Though, why should we wait for something minuscule and out of control like the winds to dictate our fate? I'm keen on taking such matters into my own hands if need be. I'm not sure I will know where to begin with such an endeavor. Well, that's neither here nor there at the moment. Shall we move on into Pandora's room? Yeah, let's check it out. So I guess we just bust ourselves right through. We left Art's room and visited the living quarters on the other side of the foyer. Entering Pandora's room in the same fashion once again, Forte and I came upon yet another nondescript personal room. Only this time, there was nothing to be found in her room. Huh? Did Pandora not receive some kind of room gift? Perhaps because she was involved, there was no need. Maybe the painting? I don't quite observe the painting of what we have. Maybe that could be a clue as well. Or maybe it's inside one of these wardrobes. But Sei has one, a creepy one at that. Yes, an ominous skull and a bone statuette. The two of us peeked into the dresser and were greeted with nothing but stationery and other miscellany. Wait, what if she was doing what Canon did? Huh? Canon said she received that instant camera, right? And she's been clinging onto it basically since the beginning of the whole predicament. That certainly will not be out of the question. Do you recall anything Pandora might have had that will be grounds for suspicion? Oh yeah, the ticket that Art tried to destroy there in the spa room there. Do we still have access to that? I mean, it's completely ruined now thanks to Art trying to destroy the evidence. Yeah, that secret note. She showed it to me just before the night time on day 2. At first I thought something was fishy, maybe she was hiding something, but I pressed my fingers to my temple. I don't know. Pandora ended up suffering and the note fell into Lyle's hands. Maybe the secret note was her vaccine gift, but if she were some kind of double agent, why would she nonchalantly share the note with me? Who can say? I sigh. The more we know the better. I could not help but think the opposite. As we dug up more information, the more confused I became. I could only hope whatever Lyle, Canon, and Sei found would answer the many questions, but at the same time I was afraid to uncover more of these secrets. Let's return to Missy with our findings. Oh, okay then. So, returning to Cyrus' room once more, Forte and I found Missy in deep concentration. Oh, you're still looking at this. Welcome back. Did you find anything interesting? Art had his late grandfather's golf club in his Pandora room, and Art has his late grandfather's golf clubs in his room, and Pandora had nothing. Nothing? Echo speculates that perhaps the secret note mentioned in the first trial may be Pandora's room gift, in the same fashion as Canon's instant camera. The room was empty. She probably kept the note on her person for safekeeping or something, but when she left in the pantry on the 3rd day, Lyle has been holding onto it since. We'll have to take a closer look at it when we rendezvous with Lyle. Missy returned her intense glow to the mess of documents. Anything new here? A disturbing amount of news, yes. Take a seat. Forte and I sat in the spare chairs and gave Missy our full attention. She sat in a momentary silence, a fierce gaze transfixed on the folders. Wow, what's this? I could not try to make any sense of it. It's all... What's this? That's Pandora's twins there. I've been reading on a history on involvement. The involvement of ultimate students in killing games just like this one. Oh, that's us. Uh, that's probably Lyle. Let's say that's Akihiko quotes. Wow, look at it. It's all. We just find a treasure, like a literal, how could I say, a treasure trove. There you go. The involvement of ultimate students in killing games just like this one. Huh? Killing games plural, as in multiple? Yes, I know. It's startling to say the least. In that case, that reminds me, in the folder I looked at, our game was labeled Game L. What do you think L means in terms of these multiple games? I believe so in that context. L is the Roman numeral of 50, so our game is the 50th game. Oh, it's like Danganronpa V3 all over again. 50 games? Oh, a definitive number to help enumerate how long this has been occurring. Let's see. If 49 games have been taken over a span of approximately 7 days at most, with no break between each game. That's 343 days! Almost a year's worth of this hell! I don't understand. I believe that tracks. I remember hearing about this project sometime late in my junior year. Why so many games, you might ask? These games were implemented with ultimate students in mind. Ultimate students will be prime subjects for rigorous tests and scenarios involving battling to the best of their ability. To overcome other ultimate students and come out on top, to be the best of the best, these experiments were used to determine who could carry the future. The preservation project and this killing game, they're one and the same. It seems we aren't just a 1 in a million occurrence. But why? My voice cracked. So this place is just some kind of petri dish for creating an ultimate student that has no moral regard for what they're doing? The preservation project has washed their hands of their concerns with morality. It's clear in the documented history. What if it's fabricated, all fake only to stoke fear? It's very possible. Fear is a powerful tactic. Cyrus himself, after knowing all this, had very little room to operate. He was under a considerable amount of pressure and eventually collapsed. I was shaking. Comprehension of the situation was the last thing on my mind. Fear chilled me to the bone. Missy, aren't you afraid at all? I'm mortified. However, knowing the darkness that lurks behind malicious people's intention is nothing new to me. Calling the individual person simply a constituent to strip humanity in the amazing voting numbers is nothing but numbers. We play with life ammo. A game toying with the livelihood of widely talented students, enabling a maddening battle royale to create a singular, albeit misdirected, towering ultimate students? Missy exhaled sharply. This must end now! Missy stormed out of the room. Missy! Forte and I chased after her. Well, we are about to go. Are we going to the basement room? Missy stood, arms crossed, at the elevator. She was embroiled in thought, her brow knit, her posture imposing. Are you in full possession of your faculties? You aren't one to charge forward like so. I hate to say that I only have a hunch. I've little to rely on but gut feeling lately, and I have nothing but instinct to justify acting upon them. I have nothing except... Ooh. She held up the photograph and pinned it to the wall with a dagger. Nothing but a vengeance for bringing this establishment to the ground into a burning hell for all the suffering it's put us through. I was so misguided, so blindsided for thinking I wanted to be a part of the preservation project. I've been played for a fool. Wait, what's this photo? Is this supposed to be like Pandora or Gaia Esper? Oh no, that's actually, that's supposed to be her friend, but her friend was murdered, so, yeah, I do realize he kept that. Missy, none of us could have known this would be our fate. It's possible that the two conspirators must have known something from the start. Rather than confront the one remaining, we must attack the source. The elevator chimed and Missy stepped in. We're going to the courtroom. Oh, to the courtroom? And not checking the others if they're okay or not? Only the monotonous elevator hum filled our ears as we traveled to the courtroom floor. We entered the dark, circular room once more, this time without explicit orders to determine a culprit. It was quiet. The windows were pitch black. Zero was nowhere to be found. Missy swept in, looking for any indication of the announcer's holographic representation. Forte and I filtered into the empty room aimlessly. I can't see a thing through these windows. It should be early afternoon about now, shouldn't it? Perhaps there are shutters covering the windows. If I recall correctly, they close after a trial. Forte ran his hands across the wall, feeling the creases that lined the foundation, seams running in miscellaneous ranks and files. Ugh. Forte tried prying on one of the sides open to no avail. He knocked on the wall, resulting in an echo bouncing beyond the barrier. There's empty space beyond this wall. It probably only opens when a student is being executed. You think Zero's operator is hiding where execution takes place? I gulped. It was not the sight I wanted to think about. Izzy, what did you find? I guess it would have been too easy to visit the courtroom after Zero encouraged us to investigate this area. Izzy stepped out from the elevator again. The infirmary has nothing of note either. Missy circled the courtroom stands once before settling at her indicated place. She leaned back and crossed her arms. A tense expression painted her face. Even if we found Zero, how were you going to get any information out of him? He must have known we broke into Cyrus's room, so he might even be more cautious. If I can get him to start talking, we're over halfway there. It's about running a conversation along to allow us an opening, whether it be a contradiction or unknown fact. The more he talks, the faster his opinions will diminish. That said, we've entered the most damning areas with little to show for. I feel as though we've hit a dead end. It's possible Lyle, Cannon, and Say have a better luck on finding information in their search. We can only hope they turn up with something of note. I guess we are waiting in here. I mean, we need to go back into the foyer, haven't we? Or should we go into the basement to check on them? The three of us were stepped in for a long, contemplative silence. I sighed, thinking about meeting up with the others, wondering if they were just as luckless as we were in finding anything of use. I thought about Cannon and remembered. Missy, do you still happen to have Cannon's photo, the one from last night? I know I said I didn't want it, but... Oh, certainly. I didn't have the time to patch it together though. Missy drew the two halves of the group photo from her inner coat pocket. I lined the two halves together and gazed at a moment in time that was quickly dashed. That's okay. I awkwardly stole soft looks from Forte and Missy. They seemed to understand that I felt remorseful for what I had done. Oh, look at them, they're smiling. They're adorable. I want to return it. What is it? That body? Or something else entirely? Oh no! A body has been discovered in the trophy room. So, who was it? Like, Say, Cannon, and Lyle is the one that we found. It's the one who go there. No. Oh dear. Quickly! Quickly! We rushed back into the elevator, hurriedly clicking the button for the foyer. The foyer floor like time. Let's go. The door slid open after what felt like an eternity, and we were greeted with a bloody sight. Oh, what's it? Canon? What happened? Who attacked you? Well, we were about to say sorry to Canon, but I guess it's too late now. A hatchet was buried deep in the back of Canon's lifeless body. Blood stained the polished floors. The fresh liquid reflected upon the glossy surface, creating a haunting glow in the middle of the foyer. Canon? Darn it! Missy and Forte bolted out of the lift while I remained frozen in the elevator cab. A sickening metallic odor filled my senses, and I felt a cold sweat form on my brow. Missy and Forte were huddled in concern over Canon's body, but it was clearly no use. She was gone. But the body discovery announcement, it said it was in the trophy room, and I want to see the bracelet. It is pink, so I guess she's dead now. But we're not in the trophy room at the moment, so I guess something does happen in. Did that mean the announcement rang for Lyle? Was Say really behind all of this? Above Missy and Forte's clamoring, I heard a strange sound. It was like two steels are colliding with each other. Dread possessed me. Missy! Forte! As the foyer chandelier came crashing down on Missy and Forte. They were completely crushed by the chandelier, their bodies lost under the tons of shards of glass. Are they not dead as well? Are they being crushed alongside Canon as well? I could hardly muster a sound. I was shell-shocked. Glass and blood littered the floor before me. The glistening liquid reflected on the marble floor doubled the terror and mortified The glistening liquid reflected on the marble floor doubled the terror and my mortified visage. The nightmarish sight brought me to tumbling my knees, dread oozing through every part of my body. My breath was falling out in pieces. My visions became blurry and red from panic. The elevator doors came to an automatic close to hide the sight. The sight of 3 friends being brutally killed. Oh, Lyle? Say? Are you guys still alive? A hand stopped the doors. I felt a sharp impact compromise my bone. Cracks creaked through my system into blazing pain. Something was sticking out of my shoulder. It looked like a bolt. Well, is it supposed to be Say? Say attacked us? The heat from the pain, the chill from the terror. I felt heavy and weak. I could not lift my eyes to see who had attacked me. My whole body crumpled without a fight. My head knocked into the floor, causing me to see stars and... Yeah, I think this is Say. Say attacked us. Is this supposed to be another bad end? Nothing. So, another bad end? Oh, I hear footsteps on my headphone. Even more footsteps. I did it, right? That voice. I followed the rules of this stupid killing game, so please get me out of here. The ultimate prize is freedom, right? It's Say. Aki, please. I know it's your voice, so listen to mine and help me. The ultimate prize. Zero's voice. You don't want the prize. Zero's voice is weird again. No, killing is not the answer. What? After Say's remorseful cry, one could hear a pin drop. I could feel my heart struggling as my adrenaline rose. Killing isn't the answer? Then what we were doing here? This is wrong. It's all wrong. Oh, is this supposed to be another bad end just like I predicted? Are we going to suffer another bad end and then we have to go and play the game again to get the good ending? Oh. Oh. Wait. Whoa. What was that? Come on, you all. I'm being very generous. Come on, you all. I'm being very generous right now. You don't want your opportunity to go to waste, do you? Time's a wasting. Zero's taunting voice rang through the halls once more, his laugh crackling through the speakers. This feels like an important choice. Perhaps I should think carefully. Oh, we're back at this again? Hang on, let me save again. Just in case that something will go wrong again, and just to make sure I didn't save in the wrong, click in the wrong direction. So yep, there you go. So oh, I have no idea. I have no idea which group that we are supposed to join in on. I'm afraid we are about to get another bad ending again. Oh no. Oh boy, we're back here again. I feel like something that comes out of, I feel like that movie, I forgot what's the name is called. No, not Deja Vu, like Reservoir Dogs or something. No. I forgot what it was. But anyway, maybe I should end this video right here. I have no idea. What time is it now? It's now like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, I still have a sleep, as I destroyed my sleeping schedule now. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm sorry I do have to end it because it's now like 2:30 in my time. Well, at least when I record this video, and I need to go to sleep, and I'm so exhausted, especially with my throat is so parched. They desperately need for a drink and a rest as well. Anyway, that is it for today. I'm sorry if I ended this one in a cliffhanger, and I'll see you in probably the last episode. I have no idea how far of this game will go. I still have no idea. I still haven't looked at any of the walkthrough. As like I'm trying to keep it as I try to maintain my experience, and so far it's a good experience. I think the best part of this game is the characters are being down to earth. I think that's the strongest point. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.